we're divorce attorneys, and we just watched episode 2 of All's Fair. We didn't think it could get any worse, but it did. So I know you were watching episode 2 of All's Fair last night because we were texting each other about all the ridiculous stuff that was happening. But what do you think of it?
More malpractice, bad lawyering, and honestly, every scene made my bar card itch more and more and more.
Seriously. It was just all bad. Like, I didn't think it could get any worse. I had so much hope. Like, maybe it's going to get better in episode 2. And it didn't. Episode 2 didn't have too much on there, but in all fairness, it did have some reality, some things that I think were worth commenting on in the sense of, okay, this stuff does happen in our practice, right?
Yes, one of my favorite things actually is the very beginning where Glenn Close comes back and she's now representing Kim Kardashian in the divorce because Kim Kardashian is ready to fight. And that is actually one of the smartest things that I think an attorney can do. Even as a divorce attorney myself, you cannot represent yourself. If you represent yourself as an attorney, all logic out the door. You become very emotional because that's normal. That's 100% human nature to be emotional during a very important time of your life. And so she was smart. She hired her really good friend who used to be her partner in the show to be her attorney.
Yeah, at our firm, we have attorneys and we have several attorneys who have gone through divorce. And in every single time, we represent them. So even though they know what to do, they know better. They say, I cannot represent myself. I need you to represent. And I told you, if you ever get divorced, I'll represent you. You cannot represent yourself. You're amazing, but I'm not going to let you do that.
No, and I wouldn't. And I trust you, and I know you would.
I mean, I hope you don't get divorced, but if you do, you're taken care of.
I love my husband, by the way. But yes, absolutely. No, I think it's the best thing. You have to be smart. It does not matter. You can be the best attorney in the world. You have to be smart because this is real stuff.
Yeah.
And you can't let emotion get in the way.
So I think that was super realistic. The other part that was actually really smart and that they brought up, technically you're not supposed to do this, but on the show, they did it because everything they do is pretty much not ethical. But they started calling all the different law firms and the different attorneys in town that they did not want representing Kim's husband. So that's called conflicting out, as you know. And I thought that was really smart.
It is. It's petty, but it's brilliant. Essentially where they would call an attorney and give as much confidential information during the consultation so the other person could not be represented by that attorney. So like I said, it's smart. It's not the most ethical thing you should do, especially her being an attorney. She knows better. But people that are not attorneys, they do that. We get that all the time where sometimes we have wife calling us on one line, husband calling us on the other line, and they race to hire us. Hey, we'll take whoever pays us first, right?
That's right. But I think that's super smart, and especially if you have a lot at stake, because who you have on the other side is just as important as who represents you. We've had so many cases where we have horrible attorneys on the other side, and it's a case that sometimes it's not that difficult, but the other side makes it, by having just a horrible attorney on the other side, it makes it so much more complicated, so expensive, and I don't think people realize that. People focus on who's going to represent me. Well, guess what? It's just as important who's going to represent the other side.
Agreed. And also in the show, what I felt that they really touched on was real reaction that happens to clients. And I'm talking about the character Elizabeth Berkley. When she went in for not her consultation, but when they were discussing her case and she went outside to go vape. Do you remember that scene? It was really sad.
That was really sad. And I think that really touched on what we face as attorneys sometimes, where it's, yes, we get a lot of the drama and we get the stuff that's like really dramatic and kind of funny sometimes. I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny. People get ridiculous. But then there's parts like this one where, people can't handle the emotions that are at stake. I mean, you're talking about people think of divorce as, well, you're going through divorce. Well, no, this is your entire life. These are your kids, your money, your life. And when people feel that that's slipping away, some people can't handle that and they don't know what to do. And it gets the best of them. And in this particular case, I think that it hit home because we actually just had that happen with one of our clients. Well, for one of our clients, the opposing side.
Yes, where unfortunately he unalived himself. And it's not the first time that it's happened where the other side and even our own clients, unfortunately, has let their divorce consume them and where they unalive themselves. So when they showed that Elizabeth Berkley did that, it was dramatic and over the top the way they did it, where she threw herself from the building during her meeting with the divorce attorneys. But unfortunately, that does happen in real life. And they didn't make it into a happy scene, which I'm glad that they didn't do it that way. Unfortunately, with clients, they really let divorce consume them, and they shouldn't. And like you said, it is just a divorce at the end of the day. It is, because your mental health, your peace of mind is the most important thing. And I believe that's what people should really focus on for yourself, for your children, and for your family. Right. And it's something that, yes, the process is difficult and a lot is at stake, but it's not worth it. And we even tell our own clients, take a step back, or sometimes, get help, find a third party, a third person, get therapy, things like that to just help you, because it's not worth it. It really isn't. Your peace of mind that's your most important, your sanity.
Absolutely. And it's one of those things that it's a moment in time. And we see it so often where people feel like this isn't going to be over. This is all consuming. But then we see the other side of it where it passes. Every moment in life passes. And you eventually see yourself on the other side. And we've seen so many of our clients where they are in this really difficult state. And months later, a year later, 2 years later, they're as happy as can be. So everything in life shall pass. And it's just a moment, just a divorce is. But I feel like we've gotten really deep. And this is like,
make it a little bit happier.
Let's get to the chaos. Let's get to the drama of the show. So the part of the revenge, the stuff we see all the time in our cases, this is the stuff that I live for as a divorce attorney. I'm just saying, like, people get petty. They happen on the show.
One of my favorite scenes is actually when Kim Kardashian does a whole Beyonce lemonade moment. She has the yellow dress.
The diamond.
Yes, the diamond's a beautiful diamond necklace, by the way. Gorgeous.
Loved it.
Loved it.
That's been my favorite outfit in the entire show. I was like, that is beautiful.
Yes. But when she took out the baseball bat and she was hitting that car.
You could feel that anger.
Yes. I would have loved to do that scene. I would love to do that type of scene. But that rage, and the thing is, it's real. I know she imagined it, but people do it. We saw it where we came out of court less than a month ago. Yes. Do you remember?
Yeah.
There was this car and someone keyed the whole side of the car. Cheater.
We see it all the time. We see people, breaking windows. I mean, people get angry, especially when it comes to cheating. So
popping tires on cars.
Oh, yes.
These poor cars, they always get vandalized.
Poor cars pay the price of the divorce all the time. But yeah, people get crazy and they just want to take out that anger. So that scene with the dress and just coming at it with the bat, I could feel that anger. I could feel Kim just like, oh, I just want to take that out. So I think that was pretty accurate. I loved it.
It was real.
Yeah.
And of course, they went back to their blackmailing, getting people to do what they want in the Elizabeth Berkley case, even though she, and a lot of people don't know this, even though someone in their divorce case may no longer be alive, it does not necessarily mean the divorce case is over, depending on the circumstances. So, of course, do you remember with Glenn Close when she went to go see her husband, Elizabeth Berkley's husband, and went to blackmail him, threaten him to settle the case?
So this show has zero negotiation skills, which is what you need as an attorney. You need to be able to negotiate. All they rely on is blackmail. unethical, inaccurate, and just absolutely ridiculous. Like, show us some real lawyering. That's what I want to see. I want to see real lawyering on this show. I want to see the drama. I want to see the outfits. I want to see it all. But I want to see it, like, get complicated. Put some real thought into this.
Yeah. And to be honest, this episode was a little boring for me. It was a little slow. The outfits were fine. They weren't as ridiculous as last time. Oh, I do have to mention, do you remember the outfit where Kim was wearing? It was a gray pencil skirt and she had kind of that chiffon dress with the hoodie. Oh, yeah. It was actually really cute. Not for the office. No. Definitely not for court.
Just no.
But she needs to keep wearing just the simple suits. The suits look amazing on her as long as it covers their butt. Wear suits that cover your butt. You don't need to be showing your thong.
Yeah, so overall, the show is still really cringy, in my opinion. It's just too much. Not enough luring. It got a little bit real with the emotional facts. Like that part, okay, I give him credit. But the rest of it, pretty cringy. But I'll keep watching it. We'll keep watching it so that you don't have to.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.